A storm had trapped the village for 3 days. The rain beat the roofs like war drums. The wind howled through the trees as if unseen spirits were wrestling in the dark. Inside one small hut, a young boy sat beside the fire, watching his father silently sharpen a cutlass. The boy finally spoke. "Father, what makes a man a man?" The old man paused, not because he lacked an answer, but because some truths are too heavy to throw carelessly into the heart of a young man. He placed the cutlass down slowly. "My son," he said, "there are 4 kinds of men walking the earth, and until you understand them, you will not understand women, relationships, marriage, leadership, or even yourself." The fire crackled. The first kind of man is the hunter. A hunter is a man driven by pursuit. Men are naturally wired to pursue, to conquer, to build, to overcome. Deep inside every man is a desire to catch something. Purpose, vision, success, legacy, and yes, even love. But there are 2 kinds of hunters. There is the hunter who catches his prey and preserves it. He protects it, nurtures it, and builds with it. These are husbandmen, gardeners, men who know that the real proof of strength is not merely conquest, but cultivation. Then there are predators. These men chase only for the thrill of the catch. Once they possess what they pursued, they devour it and move on searching for another victim. To them, women are trophies, not treasures. Relationships are games, not covenants. They leave behind emotional wreckage and call it freedom. A predator enjoys the hunt. A husbandman enjoys the harvest. And many men do not know the difference. But there is another kind of man rising dangerously in this generation. The let it be man. These men were not always weak. Some of them once carried fire in their bones. Some once had vision, authority, direction, and presence. But slowly, subtly, over time, they surrendered their position, not through one great battle, but through daily compromises. To avoid arguments, they surrendered leadership. To keep peace, they abandoned conviction. To avoid tension, they stopped standing firm. Now they say things like, "Just let her have her way. It's not worth the stress. Anything for peace." And little by little, their presence disappears from their own homes. Their wives make every final decision. Their voice no longer carries weight. Their authority has evaporated. These are the men whose homes no longer feel like resting places. So instead of going home after work, they linger with friends late into the night, sit endlessly at bars, or bury themselves in distractions because home no longer gives them peace. Yet many of them do not understand what happened. Modern men have forgotten something ancient but dangerous about feminine nature. Many women do not truly admire a man they can completely control. Not because women necessarily want oppression or conflict, but because deep within the feminine nature is a desire for a man who possesses direction, groundedness, strength, emotional stability, and leadership. Deep within many women is the desire for a man strong enough to lead, yet soft enough to be reached. Like Beauty and the Beast, she is fascinated by the beast she can calm, not a beast that becomes a pet. The tragedy is that many men, in trying to please endlessly and avoid conflict, slowly surrender their edge, their firmness, and their masculine presence. And the moment a man becomes completely controllable, attraction quietly begins to die. Not because the woman necessarily planned it, but because a subtle law of human nature has been violated. But the tragedy is this: some men hand over themselves so gradually, they do not even notice the exchange taking place. It is rarely loud, rarely obvious, rarely dramatic. It is subtle, a slow surrender of backbone, a slow erosion of identity, a quiet transfer of leadership. And when a man loses himself completely, attraction often dies quietly with it. Not because he became kind, but because he stopped becoming solid. My son, understand this carefully. Strength is not aggression. Leadership is not domination. Masculinity is not cruelty. A real man does not need to shout to lead. He does not rule with fear. He does not crush a woman's voice. But neither does he abandon himself to avoid discomfort. Then there is another category of men: the pests, the scavengers. These men enter relationships not to build, but to consume. After they catch a woman, they slowly drain the life from her emotionally, mentally, financially, and spiritually. They become burdens instead of blessings. Their presence turns love into survival. The relationship becomes exhausting. The marriage becomes heavy. Peace disappears. Some destroy through manipulation, others through irresponsibility, others through addiction, laziness, or emotional immaturity. A scavenger feeds off what he should be protecting. And finally, we have the pet kind of men. This generation is full of them. Men who have lost their survival instincts. Men who no longer desire responsibility, discipline, or purpose. They are obsessed with appearance, but allergic to sacrifice. Soft hands, soft minds, soft spirits. They seek comfort over conquest, dependency over responsibility, consumption over creation. They wait for others to carry them through life. A man was not designed merely to be decorated. He was designed to build. Now listen carefully. The complete man is neither merely wild nor merely domestic. A complete man is both Esau and Jacob. Like Esau, he is a man of the field. He hunts, he labors, he conquers harsh realities. He provides, he develops strength, competence, and resilience. But like Jacob, he is also a man of the home. He understands stewardship. He manages wisely. He nurtures what he has built. He knows how to sustain increase. A man must know how to fight in the wilderness and still bring warmth into his home. To be only Esau is dangerous. To be only Jacob is incomplete. Be strong enough to build, wise enough to sustain, gentle enough to love, firm enough to lead. Because manhood is not proven by how many people fear you. It is proven by what grows under your leadership. And the old man looked at his son as the storm outside slowly faded. My son, he said quietly, the world does not suffer because there are no men. It suffers because too many men have forgotten who they are.